This episode is in collaboration with a team at Kylo in the Wild. Sunglasses which are colourful, lightweight and polarised to keep up with your lifestyle. Whether you're hiking, running, cycling or paddleboarding, these stay put without costing the earth. Check out their range over at Kylo in the Wild. Sunglasses and endurance caps made to move. Zero slide, super grip and all-day comfort no matter where you go. Run, hike, golf or dive. Frames that stay put, lenses that stay sharp and caps that keep up.
Welcome to episode 125 of the Local Runners Podcast, the podcast by runners for runners. We're your hosts. I'm Dave Norman.
I'm Callum Parkinson.
I'm Katie Kay.
I'm Sean Warburton.
So just a little shout out, yesterday was International Women's Day, so the theme was Give to Gain. So hopefully if you've followed us on our socials, you'll have seen that we put a few videos about what local runners give to running and what they gain from running. Most of the themes seem to be around giving time, energy, commitment, enthusiasm, money. I think we all give money to running, don't we? That was something that was mentioned. But what do we gain? A lot of themes around friendships, an opportunity to challenge yourself, stretch yourself, achieve things that you might not normally do. So, yeah, just a massive shout out to all the women who were running and doing great things and giving and gaining a lot.
And just a reminder that Twisted Running are the suppliers of our Local Runners Podcast kit. Check out the website to see the full range. I just got some new stuff myself and really like it. Just picked up a cap and a zipped long sleeve. So anything you want on there, you can use the discount code LRP10 for 10% off. And just look at what other kit they've got to offer on the website. They do bespoke stuff as well. So if there's anything you want for your own club, just speak to Ben, reach out to him and see if he's able to help you out in some way. We've seen loads of our ambassadors wearing the kit out and about. Great to see a number of them at our Tameside 5k event at the weekend. Share your Local Runners Podcast kit with us on socials. I noticed Callum has got a custom singlet made for the Manchester Marathon, which he's going to reveal to us all in a few weeks' time.
Ooh. So got your expected finish time on the front?
No, it's not. It's got my Strava time.
Strava time. It's going to be a quicker.
Should do better.
Right, moving on now to race reviews. And I'm going to start with the Trafford 10k. So the Trafford 10k, many years it's been established as a super fast 10k race, starting in Partington and heading out towards Dunham and looping back. So we get runners from far and wide travelling to the Trafford 10k, and this year's race was certainly no different. The first two athletes home in the race were both travelled down from Scotland. So it was Kevin Campbell of Cambuslang, one of the Scottish clubs. He was off to a flyer. Opened up a gap over a very strong field right from the get-go, and was rewarded for his powerful front running display with a really good time of 28:49. So yeah, really impressive that.
What's the course record on there, Dave?
So the course record, I believe, is 28:17 by Kadar Omar. That was a few years ago when I remember they had absolutely perfect conditions, and they had Kadar, they had Johnny Mellor and they had Ben Connor all turning up on the same day, and the three of them were just thrashing out at the front. So for him to run 28:49 practically on his own was a really impressive run, and turns out he's a vet 35 as well. I know there's some arguments about whether that's a legitimate age category, the vet 35 male, but
he's won some of the run-through series this year.
So somebody identified him as having won the Newcastle 10k recently. That's as well, right. Around about 29 minutes. So certainly a runner that came into the race in form. So yeah, it was Kevin Campbell of Cambuslang who was the first runner home in 28:49, and he had a good margin of victory over Scott Sterling of Falkirk Victoria, another Scottish athlete. He came in with 29:19. And then in third place it was David Bishop of Derby AC in 29:24. And to put in perspective, Lewis Jagger, last year's winner, had a strong race and finished in fifth place. So always a strong field at Trafford. Now the women's race was much closer, just 2 seconds in it at the end. So What was really nice to see with the women's race was all the women congregated together at the start, a few rows back. And I've seen in previous years at Trafford, you get some women position themselves right at the front, and then on the gun time they're getting a little bit of an advantage. So it was really good to see all the women congregating together, starting together, and they had a great race out there, which is going to be reflected in these results. So the winner was Abby Donnelly of Lincoln Wellington in 31:59, which is a great time from Abby. But chasing her down all the way to the line was Emily Haggard-Kearney, who we've mentioned a lot on the podcast, of Warriors Pentathlon. Just 2 seconds behind in 32:01, so a great run for Emily, that. And in third, just to show how close this race was Charlotte Dannett of Camberley in 32:08, so just 9 seconds covering the three of them. So yeah, I would say the women's race, if anything, was the stronger one in terms of depth and quality combined. And again, last year's winner Sarah Dufour-Jackson of Vale Royal, she took 4th place, just behind them, just narrowly behind that PB she set last year. So I wanted to give a few local shout-outs. Now, top of my list here, I've got John Gilbert of Kent AC. Now, you might think Kent AC, that's not a local club. Well, John has actually lived in Stockport for the last few years, so I see him out on Strava all the time. He's in the same age group as me. He's in the Vet 45 age group. And get this, he's also second claim Chiltern runners, but get this, 29:59 is a Vet 45. He's only the second Vet 45 ever from the UK to break 30 minutes. Alistair Watson of Notts being the other one. So yeah, it was the second fastest ever time by a Vet 45 male. So really great to see that.
How old is he, Dave? Do you know?
He turned 45 this year.
Yeah.
But he's been around for years, John, and it's quite remarkable to see him running so well. Because to be running under 30 minutes at 45 is quite something.
Eye-watering, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, second on my list of shout-outs, again, not strictly a local club as such, not in the Manchester area, but James Horman of Liverpool Harriers. I know he listens to the podcast a lot, and he's been in communication with us a few times. Another Vet 45 who's been in the game for a long time, and he actually ran a PB, 30:55. So yeah, some amazing times in that Vet 45 age group, and he actually finished third on the day in the age group. So yeah, amazing. So then we've got some local runners who were previous guests on the podcast. Martin Clark of Bury ran a big PB of 30 minutes 30 seconds. Then we had Michael Holness, another previous guest, 32:19, which was also a PB. Michael's East Cheshire clubmate Steve Broadbent, he ran a PB of 32:21. And I like this one, Harry Partington of Salford, 32:49. What I like about it is the race is in Partington. There we go, Harry Partington runs a PB in Partington. So poetic that. So we've got another East Cheshire Harrier, Tom McMahon, who's in amazing form this year. He set a personal best of 36:01. Claire Barnes, another one of our previous guests, personal best from her, 36:52. After quite a few injury struggles, so that was good to see. Sarah Barron of Bramall Runners, another one of our previous guests, 37:26. That was also a PB. Ailey Braithwaite, another previous guest, 37:46. And one more previous guest to mention, Andy Sykes, 39:36. So back under 40 minutes, great to see. So there were so many local runners in that race, but just wanted to shout out some of those amazing vet performances and some great PBs by some of our previous guests as well.
Brilliant. So I thought you were going to say something then, Sean.
No, I was just tutting because of how impressive them 45 times are. I'll come to my race later.
So the UK Inter-County Cross Country Championships took place at Wallerton Park in Nottingham on Saturday the 7th of March, doubling as the final round of the UK Athletics Cross Challenge Series and marking the 100th running of the Inter-Counties event. The races brought together the top athletes from the counties across the UK on a demanding Parkland course featuring long climbs and fast descents. In the senior races, titles went to James Kingston in the men's race and Jessica Gibbon in the women's race after two highly competitive contests to close out the cross-country season. So in the men's race, which was 10k, there were 294 finishers. So in first place, we've just said, we had James Kingston in 29.15. We had in second place Jacob Can in 29.32. And in third place, we had Richard Slade in 30.02. It didn't say on the results which clubs they were from, so don't know, David.
Yeah, well, they're representing the county in this race.
Yeah.
So I think James Kingston might be Kent. He runs for Tunbridge. He was the winner. Jacob Can, I think, runs for Sussex, but he runs for a club called Western Tempo down in the Midlands.
Right.
And Richard Slade was the winner of last year's National Cross, also recently finished third in the Nationals. He runs for Chiltern AC. Not quite sure where they're based.
Is there anyone Dave doesn't
I know, that's what I mean. He just knows everything. That's why.
I'm disappointed I didn't know
That's
his
why I didn't say
county.
you two know. The women ran 8k. There was 280 finishers in the women's race. Jessica Gibbon in first place. So I think she won last year as well, I think, didn't she? Ahead of... who was second last year? I forgot now. It was on the tip of my tongue and I forgot, but anyway, she won last year. This year in 27.26. Second place, Eleanor Curran in 27.33.
Yeah.
Do you know where she's from, Dave?
Well, this is interesting because she wasn't running in a county vest. She was running.
I messaged this on the group.
Yeah.
'Cause I was really confused. I thought you had to, so I had to
There's
ask
a mix, weren't there?
Dave.
There's a mix of club and county vests.
Well, the vast majority of the field, because it's the Inter-Counties Championships, were in the county vests. Because the race is essentially, each county selects 9 athletes in the men's race, and then all those athletes toe the line. But it is part of the UK Challenge Series. So Eleanor Curran, who was second in that race, she had a Leeds City vest on. The reason being that Yorkshire are quite strict with their selection policy. So if you've not run in the Yorkshire Championships, then you won't be selected.
So she wasn't running as part of the Inter-Counties.
She wasn't,
was running
no.
as a part of the Cross Challenge.
She was running in the race but
the Cross Challenge, right.
essentially as part of the Cross Challenge.
Right.
I think she won the series, actually, I was reading today.
Yeah.
Which is obviously why she wanted to run the race. But yeah, it was interesting to see that someone in a club vest when everyone else had the county vest on.
It's come to me now. Georgia Taylor-Brown was who I was thinking of.
Oh, just
just Georgia Taylor-Brown. She was second, wasn't she, last year? We didn't have her on our team this year. And in third place for women, we had Neve Bridson Hubbard in 27.36. So for Team GM, the men did really well and finished 6th place overall. And for that team, we had Joshua Birmingham in 31st place, 31.58. George Beardmore, 48th place in 32.15. Callum Rowlinson in 56th place, 32.26. Bryn Lawrence, 76th place, 32.59. Jacob Wood Doyle in 83rd place, 33.08. Carl Darcy, 90th in 33.18. William Parker, 117th in 33.54. Michael Holness, 134th in 34.11, and Aidan Briffett, 162nd in 34.54. And again, it just shows the calibre of runners, doesn't it, when we recognise some of those names locally.
I think what stands out to me is, like, just look at them times there. So 10k for the men, 8k for the women. But this is cross country.
Yeah.
And the winner's running 29 minutes for the men, 29.15, 27.26 for the women.
Yeah.
And look at them local athletes there.
Yeah.
Those are impressive 10k times.
Yeah,
full
they
stop.
are, yeah. And the
Do you know what I
course
mean? Yeah.
is really quite unforgiving. There are some real drags uphill.
Yeah.
It's not an easy
It
course
looked-
by any stretch.
Watching it on TV, it looked quite dry and fast at points, but
was.
there was definitely sticky bits.
Yeah,
that,
there was
you
a
could
few
say,
muddy patches, but there's long climbs, like up to the hall at the top. But
Yeah, and you mentioned that the Great Manchester men finished in 6th place.
Yeah.
Carl Darcy messaged me, actually. They also had a 9 to score team race, which Great Manchester finished third in.
Third,
Yeah.
they did, yeah. I heard them saying that, actually.
Yeah.
The women, we finished 19th. We had Oriole Hardman in 64th place, 31.08. Caitlin Johnson, 83rd in 31.45. Amelia Bratt, 96, 31.58. Myself, 184th, 34.30. Rachel Bailey, 191st, 34.45. And Alina Stepanchuk, 213th, 35.30. Also some shouts just to some other local athletes. We had Harry Ann Fleet from East Cheshire under 20. She finished 138th place. Marshall Fleet under 17. He finished 190. I felt really sorry for Marshall. At the start, it's so congested at the start, and it's absolutely rapid because you're in your pens, aren't you? And everyone just like goes, and he got knocked over and trampled on Marshall.
Oh, no.
I know. So he was dead far back. I mean, he did make up some of it, but you've no chance if you just get knocked off your feet at that point. So
And of course, then the temptations to start too fast, trying to catch them all up.
And it was. I mean, there were. Obviously, I think I was fourth in our pen, and when we set off, the girls were like giving it elbows. There was like there were no messing around.
It's not like the South East Lancs, is it?
No, definitely not. No. Jacob Shearing as well from East Cheshire ran in the under 13s. He was 130th. Alfie Bundy. I think he runs for Trafford, doesn't he, Alfie?
Yeah, he does,
under 20s, 163rd. And not GM, but Beth Reid. Definitely someone to watch as well, I think.
She's running amazingly at the moment.
She's running so well, in the senior women. She was 15th, so she was representing Lancashire. She runs for Trafford.
I mentioned her last time, 24th in the Nationals, but she runs for Trafford.
Yeah, 15th, and she's just come on so much. But it was an amazing race, and for me, I'm never going to be winning or up there. I think it's just a great experience to be sharing a course with those amazing women into it, and watching the rest of the people as well. It's great to watch those races in real time. So great experience.
Well, of course, the main event of the weekend was the Tameside 5K. So just before we get into the results, just wanted to have a bit of a chat about how we think it went, because I mean, I paced 20-minute group in the B race, and it just felt another level this year to last year, especially that when you go down the bottom through where the music was. That was amazing. Did
the music make a difference then?
Oh yeah, I mean, every time you come out, you feel like you've been slingshotted out of that bottom bend because the music and everyone cheering, and you just like.
There was a good crowd gathered down there.
Was there?
Yeah.
I mean, I could hear them from right up at the start.
It's definitely something we can build on that. I think growing that at the bottom there.
And we noticed that a lot of people congregated round there instead of the start-finish area. Because the last few times we had to keep people on the grass. And then this time everyone was down at the bottom. So it's good. It's good that they got that. And I think after having Field to Gold last time, and then us getting this DJ Lee. He's not called DJ Lee, but Lee the DJ. He came on pretty short notice. And I think he did a really good job.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, so many PBs on the night, which we'll get to shortly as well. So I think the conditions were pretty much perfect, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Leo with us, who's one of the ambassadors you raced. What do you think?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Right?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Good run as well from you.
Yeah.
Very good run.
Hard.
5Ks are hard. Full stop.
Slugged that out.
Yeah. That's what you want, though, isn't it? You want to know you've raced hard. I think when I raced it last year and had a good run, it's just felt special last year as well because of the music, like you say.
Yeah.
And it was just going dark and the floodlights are on.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep that night because it was just such a buzz, the atmosphere. I think...
you mentioned before about the bend at the top.
Yeah.
Playing the music. Well, everyone kept coming over to me saying, is that the finish? Is that the finish? No, it's down the other end.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them got confused and stayed at the top.
Yeah.
Taking out the finish.
Yeah.
And I said no, it's at the bottom. So
I think we've learned year on year what we need to do. So this year, a lot of people last year they said, I don't know where the start is. So we had people shouting out for going to the start. But I think them not knowing where the finish is, so I think we're going to look at some sort of map of the place so then people know where.
But then again, that bend, I noticed, it's phenomenal. As soon as you get around that bend, like you're flying out. You're flying,
aren't you?
It's like
You almost
It
feels
goes camber in
down
there as well.
Yeah.
It's camber around. But we found that I think all the races as well. So from from the D race all the way to the A race, everyone was near enough in the correct races. There was a few people that changed races heats last minute, and we'll get onto that in a little bit. But I think the B and the A race was so packed, it made for better racing. For that sub 21, the sub 18.
Can I just say that them kids, honestly, I've never been like to a race like that before in a festival. Them young kids just being out there was amazing, you know.
Oh yeah, on the family mile.
Amazing. Just to see them running.
It's nice as well.
I loved it.
It's good as well because there's a lot of parents that probably wouldn't usually run. Had to run with
them. Yeah, some of the parents look worse than the kids.
Yeah, probably were.
Yeah, they were.
I was handing medals out, and like some of them parents were ruined. The kids were just like laughing at the medal.
Yeah, I've seen some great feedback though. Obviously, I wasn't there, I was gutted, but I've seen some brilliant feedback on like social media, loads of posts. People, everything I've heard has been positive.
Yeah. So me and Gav had a catch up today. So Gav from Active Tameside in East Cheshire, he's the race director with me. So we're working in partnership and we want to make it better and better each year. So one thing for the next one is when we announce the date, which is going to be probably the week after Trafford next year. Again, we're going to try and keep it around about the same time. What we're going to do is we're going to offer each club that contacts us in the Northwest, we're going to offer them a place so every club can be represented. So there was 33 clubs that were represented this year. That was including some tri-groups, and we had someone all the way from Settle. We had Lonely Goat, so God knows where they were from.
That the Settle one was like the kid with the yellow t-shirt, he was flying.
Yeah, so a little bit of a story behind Arthur. So he had an engagement that he needed to get to that night, which is why he was in the D race, and his dad put him into the D race, and he ran fantastic. He did really, really well. His dad apologised at the end. He said, I really wanted him to do a good 5k, but I had to put him at this time because he needed to be back by whichever time. So Arthur did really well. You can tell he was spent at the end. He just dropped onto the grass, didn't he?
But he's a cracking little runner.
Yeah, his dad messaged you, didn't he?
Not sure.
13.
His dad was telling me he had a charity dinner at his school that he had to get back for. They're from up in Settle in North Yorkshire.
Yeah, his dad messaged you, didn't he, Dave?
Yeah.
Was that 1801 you're on?
Yeah.
Wow.
So close to breaking 18, but great run.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to offer clubs places for next year once we announce it. We want to do more paces as well. We realised that we think the 25-minute pacer was in the wrong race. Should have really been in the open race. But I think what we're going to try and do is, instead of announcing the pacers for next year earlier, we're going to wait for the heats to be defined and then work out and put the pacers at the front of each race.
Just go where the demand is, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do for next year. But yeah, been really good feedback, and we're open to good, honest feedback anyway. So
yeah, it was good, really good night. Weather was on our side as well again for the second year, so that was good. So I'll go through the results. So I'll start with the D race, which was the open race. And I'll start with the top three female athletes. We had Rosie Jordan of Oldham Royton, who ran 23:17. We had Laura Blythin of Mosley Running Club in 23:44. Some of these names, when I've copied and pasted this across from the results table, it's not moved across seamlessly, right? So just bear. I know it is, and I couldn't resolve some of these errors in there. Third place we had Debbie Sheen of Middleton Harriers AC in 24:40. And in the men we had, as we've just been talking about, Arthur Grenfell of Settle Harriers in 18:01. Of course, in a race on his own. Second place was Martin Kent of Royton Roadrunners in 22:55, and in third we had Matthew Cartner of Royton Roadrunners in 24:35. In the C race, which was the sub 25 race.
25. Yeah, it was 21 minutes, I think, or 20 and a half minutes to 25 and a half.
Starting with the women, we had in first place Zoe Storr of Trafford AC in 1951. Second place was Louise Gray of Middleton Harriers in 2027. And in third place, we had Carmen Dickinson in 2035. I didn't have a club for Carmen. And in the men's race, we had Mishka Pillay of Middleton Harriers in 1949 in first. Danny Betts of Chorley Athletic and Triathlon Club in second in 2030. And Stephen Bibby in 2031 of Middleton Harriers AC. And then we had the B race, which is the race I was in, pacing 20 minutes with Mark Collier pacing 18. And I'll cover the men first this time. So in first place we had James Rook of East Cheshire Harriers in 1743. East Cheshire Harriers, yeah. 1746 in second place was Matthew Finch of Bury AC, and in third was also in 1746 photo finish. Have we had that adjudicated?
I think so.
Christian Jones in third. There were some really good finishes actually, weren't there?
Yeah.
Especially in these two races, which we're covering this one and the next one. And then the women's results from this race was Maisie Wainwright. They're a name we hear a lot of from Wrighton Road Runners in 1830. Second place was Cheera Youngsale. Cheera Young of Sale Harriers. That was one of their mistakes. Needs a space that. 1834. And then in third place we had Lucy Dent of Bury AC, 1847.
Bit of a shout out for Lucy. So Lucy's ran every single event I think that we've put on. She's ran all the Tameside 5K. She's PB'd and improved on every single one. And I think this is quite a big PB for her.
I was going to say, I think that's quite a significant improvement from last time.
I think she was about 1930 last time. Yeah. And I was chatting to her mum after, and she says like she's grown taller. She's really maturing now, and I think she's probably one to watch for the future around the Northwest, definitely. She was having a good chat with Erin McMahon as well.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
We'll have to get a podcast race series.
Yeah.
You can organise that.
In the A race then, first place went to Paul Peters of Sale Harriers in 1511. Second was Mike Mannings, previous guest, Salford Harriers, 1515. And in third place we had Clark Grantmeyer of Salford Harriers in 1522. So really quite a close race, especially the first two, weren't they, Dave? We were at the top doing running live.
I was on the shouting out the times each kilometre. 2:56 they went for that first K, Paul and Michael. So really, really strong start.
Yeah.
I think they were clearly both gunning for that sub 15.
He's flying, Mike. He is.
He is.
Yeah.
I think
He's at a level at the moment.
I think it might have been a PB for Paul Peters, the winner of the race.
I think so, yeah. And they worked really well together, actually, didn't they? I think when it works out like that, when you get similar athletes and they can share the work.
Yeah. And I know Michael's a big fan of the race. I think he described it last year as the fastest course in the area. He posted on his Instagram afterwards that it was actually a course PB for him, which shows how well he ran.
Yeah.
And he's in the middle of a marathon block, and he's had a week off as well because he was poorly.
Yeah.
So it's great to chat with Mike.
Yeah, and just a note on the third place one, Clark Grantmeyer. I actually watched some of the video footage back, and after the first lap, he was way down the field. He was. I don't even think he was in the top 10. So he's really come through strongly there. I've judged his effort to perfection. I've not looked at his lap splits, which I know you can do for everybody because there's the time and maths on the results. But
if you wear a chip, that is.
Well, that is correct.
Yeah. I like the element of surprise, mate.
But I mean, just without checking, I strongly suspect if you looked at his result, he would be the one that looked like he paced it very, very well.
Yeah. And then this was the A race, so we only had two female athletes in the race, but two great times. So Rachel Roshden-Svenskaya, we are now pro at that name, by the way, 1753, previous guest also of Sale Harriers Manchester. Should say she's a vet 35, Rachel, as well. That's a very impressive time. And in second place we had Abigail Warburton, what a name, 1802, Bury AC.
Yeah. And it looks like they had a very close race, Rachel and Abigail.
Yeah.
I actually was filming the race and I didn't even pick them up the first two laps because I think they were in such a good crowd of men. But I guess that's the benefit of being in that mixed race, isn't it? That they'll get dragged along to
definitely
fast times.
It was a really good pack full stop in that A race, wasn't it? I
There was loads
think
of
all
good
of them,
backs.
to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it just went so much better this time, didn't it? With regarding
Someone's at his door.
with regarding how everyone worked together.
Yeah.
We've got some notable obviously everyone who was there on the night.
Just quickly, I've got Clark Grant May's splits.
Oh yeah,
So lap 1, so starting from lap 1, obviously.
yeah.
Makes sense.
He was 2:49. He was 9th,
Yeah.
And
So he was
then-
9th after a lap. There you go.
and then he was 5th, 2:51, 3rd, 2:48, 2:48, 2:48.
There you go.
So-
Without even checking, I could tell that he'd paced it like that.
First
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if it was like 6k, he'd have won it.
Well, I mean, he wasn't that far behind. He
He
was only
wasn't.
7 seconds behind
No.
Mike.
He wasn't,
Yeah.
and he was flying, wasn't he?
That's mad,
Yeah,
isn't it, to come
yeah.
that far?
Yeah.
And I think he must be quite a new Salford Harrier because
Yeah,
a couple of the Salford runners were there spectating. I did not
recognise
see him
him.
before.
Yeah. I didn't recognise him on the night, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a couple of new faces there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he ran last September because I think he finished just ahead of me. I think he
Yeah.
ran maybe 16, 15-ish. So he's come on leaps and bounds and obviously decided to join a club.
Yeah. Talking of other good performances, Oliver Walker of East Cheshire Harriers, 16:07, massive PB.
Huge.
Was it
It's
like
really
25
chuffed with that,
seconds
yeah.
or something? PB.
Yeah,
I think he took about 30 seconds off his
Yeah.
PB. Yeah.
Yeah, because he got he was going for sub 17 last time, weren't he?
Yeah, I know that was a big marker for him to try and get under. So now he's so close to breaking 16.
Oh, I mean, he's got to break 16, isn't he?
Yeah. It's good.
You know, not that, and there's no expectation for him to do anything really. The improvements he's making, but the trajectory he's on is just going to happen.
He's such a
Yeah.
confident runner as
Yeah.
well, though,
Yeah.
because he went out and there were people not to underestimate him, but he was only about 10 after the first lap. He must have been about 10 seconds behind
Yeah,
Mike Manning's at the front, and I'm thinking, has he gone out a little bit too quick? But he just stayed consistent all the way through.
so I mean that's the thing with 5k, isn't it? You probably have like 5 rubbish ones, and then bang, you get
Yeah,
that
just-
race just where it all
I'm
clicks.
just thinking back to the Christmas episode, I mentioned Oliver as one to watch this year, and I said at the time, he's somebody who always takes big chunks off.
Yeah.
He'll stay at a level for ages and then just all of a sudden make a big leap
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times for me.
Okay, some more good runs. So Luke Merrick, 17:01, which was also a PB. Jake Eastwood, East Cheshire Harriers, who was in the cave, the proverbial
best race
cave.
photos.
17:52.
Looks
but
so strong.
sometimes you need to go in the cave to find the
Yeah.
results. So he did that. James Rook, East Cheshire Harriers, also
I
17:43.
think he won the B race, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and then Lucy Dent of Bury AC, 18:47, PB. Zoe Storr, who we covered earlier, 19:51. Lauren Lewis of Royton Roadrunners, 29:55. June Allergen of Royton Roadrunners, female vet, 80,
Brilliant.
39:46.
That's amazing.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Won her age category as well.
Nope, so.
Erin how do you say it?
McMahon.
McMahon. It doesn't.
It
it's
don't
not
look
spelled
like
that,
I
is
know.
No.
not
I've
looking.
struggled with that. She broke 20 minutes for the first time, I think.
Brilliant
PB.
run that from Erin, yeah.
Yeah. So these two runners here, Erin and Oliver Pozicek of Royton Roadrunners, both were with me for most of that, either just slightly ahead of me or just behind me. So it was really good. They both ran really consistently
brilliant.
throughout as well. So that was good to see. So yeah. all in
PB
all,
galore, wasn't it, though? I have seen
Yeah.
on socials so many people getting PBs, so
Yeah.
it's definitely a fast course.
Just
Yeah.
shows people should sign up.
Good.
Oh,
It
yeah.
did, it sold out, didn't it?
And turn up.
So-
Yeah.
And turn up.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of it selling out, we did have somebody who decided to run the race without a chip and without a number, and they were pulled from the race. So next
Were
time,
they?
please don't do that.
No.
Did they just rock up?
Yeah, and they had to pull from the race and said, "Where's your chip?" "Oh, I was on the waiting list, but I didn't get a number." It's like, well, you can't run in the race.
Was there a bit of confusion about the waiting list?
People are confused about not being able to get in races that we've been saying will sell out for months.
I think,
but if you're on the waiting list, you're on the waiting list, are you?
I don't imagine it's any different with your races, is it?
No.
You're going to get.
I think the hard bit with this is, let's say for instance Dave was running and he couldn't then run Friday night, and then he offers me the place. I'm going to be in a completely different race to Dave. So changing heats is massive, because we can only have a maximum amount, and if everyone turns up for that heat and then someone else moves over, we can't have that. So we had someone running under somebody else's number who had to be disqualified. So unfortunately people do it. He got caught, so we just need to say don't do it again. But we have to shut transfers early once the heats have all been defined, because if we go over the numbers and the adjudicator that's there, if they notice that we've gone over, we can have the licence pulled and we won't do the race again. So it's unfortunate, but it's something that we need to be on top of.
Just wanted to jump back to that B race. You mentioned James Rook there, who won the B race. Just wanted to say what a great race that B race was. The lead must have changed hands on the last 2 laps between 4 or 5 runners. At one point I thought Mark Collier, who was pacing 18 minutes, was actually going to win the race, because he hit the front, having been a little bit off it. But there was a chap I know from Brighton, his name escapes me, but he led it for quite a long time. And then obviously there was Mark, and there was...
I think Mark actually run dead on 18 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah, to the second.
Yeah, we did really well.
So that was a great race. But thanks for everyone for supporting the race. We hope to see you all next year.
I hope everyone enjoyed the magnets as well. Nice.
And the DJ.
So the Cheshire 10K took place on the 8th of March, which is the first of the Chester Triple. So the Chester Triple is the Chester 10K, the Chester Half, and then it's the Chester Metric Marathon, or the Marathon, which is then in October.
Cheshire 10K or
Chester.
Chester.
Chester. It's all Chester, not Cheshire.
Just checking.
She's not letting you get away with that typo.
No. Well, I was searching for Cheshire 10K results this morning, and I was like, where are they? And then Leo sent it in the group, these are the Chester 10K. So I'm looking for the wrong thing. So the men's results, we had Matt Trichton of Swinton RC in 31:14, and then Courtney, is that Eddie? I'm going to go Eddie. But Birchfield Harriers in 32 minutes dead, and then third was Dan Morgan of Lonely Goat in 32:27. In the women's, constantly in our race reviews, Emily Haggard Kearney of is it Wigan?
Warriors.
Wigan Warriors, yeah.
No, Warriors.
Oh, just Warriors. Pentathlon, 33:07. Emma Taylor of City of Stoke, 36:47 was second, and then Lindsay Fisher of West Cheshire, 38:11 was third. So some local shout outs, Emma Smith, first race as an East Cheshire Harrier, and local runners podcast ambassador, 46:51. Cara Taylor of Mosley and local runners podcast ambassador, 47:25, which was a PB. Lewis Bailey of Mosley in 37:05. Dan Kenny of Salford in 37:11. Sharon Woods of Hyde Village Striders in 53:13, and Sarah Hardy of Marple in 55:01. So let's get on to training and racing. So I'll go first. So after we last recorded, I did a speed session of 5 1Ks, and doing that at 10k pace, and that was all before Trafford. So then on Thursday, instead of the usual tempo, I did 6 miles with a 2 mile pickup at the end at 6:10s. Had a nice rest day, and then I went to Stamford Park Run for the East Cheshire Harriers Championship, Park Run Championships that Al Cook's organised, which is looking good. We had loads of runners there, loads of volunteers as well. So I ran in Trafford. The aim for Trafford was to get a PB, as it always should be. So I was aiming to go out about 5:45s. I think probably after about the first 5k, because it was against the wind, weren't we? Didn't think it was on, so just not slowed up, but still kept that effort level there. and I finished in 36:10, and I was really happy with that compared to when I previously ran 10Ks where I did Knutsford last year when I did 37. I think I did like 37 dead, and I was unhappy with that. But getting 36:10 at Trafford in this marathon block as well, I was really happy with it. I was quite consistent through my splits as well, all the way through, and it was really good to see everyone getting PBs that day as well. After we went for a cool down, which we thought was going to be a mile out and a mile back, it weren't, was it, Sean? It ended up being about 3.5 miles, and then I had to get the car and go and pick Sean up.
That's it. I just said I'm not running anymore. That's it.
Stopped at the sports village and just got a load of flapjacks, didn't you? And then last week was my best training week. Everything just fell together. So I did 6 1200s at bang on required pace, which was 5:45s. Thursday I did a session of 2 lots of 3 miles down the canal at marathon pace, or just quicker than marathon pace. Hit that really well. And then on Saturday I did 17 miles at 17.5 minute miling, and it was to test the new shoes out for Grindleford, which is this weekend.
7.5 minute miling.
Yeah, what did I say?
17.5 minute.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that. 7.5 minute mile.
Off
Not
the
very
boil,
good today, am I? I think I need to just show
Surprise you back.
Yeah. Right. I did 17 miles at 7.5 minute miling in my new shoes. You don't want to know what the drop is.
Did you look good though?
I did. They're so nice. Yeah, they're so nice. But it was a 2 mile loop round Debdale, so I did it with Josh. Josh is training for an ultra, so he had a little lunchbox and he had all his saurine bread in it. So we hung it up in a tree, and then every time we looped round, he got a little bit of his saurine. So he was practicing different fueling. So I practiced my fueling as well every 20 minutes. That seemed to work really well. And then we had, like we said before, we did the Tameside 5K. And then yesterday I just did 8 miles easy at 8 minute mile pace. And then this week I've got a fairly easy week until Saturday. So that's Grindleford Gallop, which is a 21 mile race with 3,000 foot of elevation, starting in Grindleford, going through Eam, Froggatt, Batewell, Chatsworth, and then finishing back at Grindleford.
Nice area.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous run. So this will be the 5th time I've run it, and the first time I ran it was 10 years ago. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think everything's falling nicely. I've been after a sub 3 on there for years. Every time I've gone, I've always wanted to get it, and it's never really gone my way.
Yeah.
But,
With it being a bit traily, I think having run on the Middlewood Ray will probably prepare you well for it as well.
Yeah. There's you go along the Monsall Trail as well.
Yeah.
For I think it's about 3 mile. And that's the flattest bit of it, which is really nice. And then you get to the end, there's a massive stand just full of cake.
Oh.
And then you just fill your water up and just keep going. But yeah, looking forward to it. See how that goes. But yeah, that's week 11 of 16. So a few more hard weeks.
Going well.
Yeah, I got a place for Wilmslow half. So this is a little bit of a story. So I spoke to James about getting a Wilmslow half place. So he said, you should try and get onto Wilmslow half, because doing a half marathon at marathon pace would be really good for you. I was already booked on to Pulford. So I had a look online and saw that someone was selling a place on Facebook.
It's so random, because all them free races is what I'm already on, but I took Granford Gallop instead.
Yeah.
Pulford and the half.
So you just swapped. You got together. Would it save you some money?
Yeah. Well, this is the point. So long and short of it, I ended up getting scammed by someone, but it was only for 20 quid. Okay. So they tried selling me a place. I bought half of it, and then I said, once I get the place, I'll send you the rest of the money. But then they created a wallet pass that looked completely legit. It had everything on it, but when I checked the QR code, it was a dead QR code. So I said that it wasn't right, and then all of a sudden their Facebook account just goes off. So I rang Nick Bishop up straight away, let him know that this had happened, and then he just said, right, thanks for letting us know. So I sent him all the information. So I just don't want anyone else to get scammed. Just make sure that you actually know who the person is, or someone can verify who it is, because I was an idiot with it. And me working in IT, it's really bad that I got scammed. What an absolute
IT
idiot.
security?
Yeah. I don't work in that. So, yeah, just make sure it goes on. And you think, like, someone's selling a race place and scamming that way. So
happens, doesn't it? A lot,
it's
doesn't it?
really unfortunate.
It happened with our Black Knight charge a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, not as an advanced system that long.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
So yeah, that's it for my training and buying race places.
Over to me. Right, yeah, so obviously we had the little update last time when I think we got as far as me running the national cross country, just about finishing it, hobbling over the line. Yeah, so in the run up to that, I've been managing this tendon injury on my left leg since December really, and I'd finally got on top of it after 2 months of struggling with it. So yeah, it completely settled down, and then 3 days before the race out the blue, sort of just below my left knee at the top of my shin, just started really hurting out the blue. No hint of anything before it. So yeah, I took the next 2 days off and ran the race, but yeah, was in no fit state to run the race. The only reason I ran it and made sure I finished it was because it was my 28th national in a row. So yeah, I did manage to make it to the line, but definitely at a cost. So the amount of running I've done since that race 16 days ago is 0 miles.
Oh, really?
I've not run a step. Yeah, it still hurts now if I move my leg from a bent knee position to a straight. So if I completely straighten it up, it just gets really sore on top of the shin. And if I run my fingers down, even after 16 days of rest, I'm going to feel all this loose scar tissue at the top of my shin. So I don't know what it is. Obviously we're in that period now when everyone's deep in marathon training and it's impossible to see a physio without booking well in advance. So I've been in conversation with Nicola Pickford, who's one of the 2 physios I see. I do have my monthly appointment with Duncan, which isn't too far away now. But Nicola's been giving me some advice on WhatsApp. She's recommended that I start cycling because she thought it would be good to get it mobile. I was saying that it was starting to feel a lot worse in the morning when I first got out of bed, when it had been in the same position all night. So after 7 days of doing nothing, I went out on the bike. It was the first time in 9 years I'd used my bike. Oh, wow. So I completely had to dust it off and pump the tyres up.
Cobwebs.
But yeah, since I did that first ride, I think I did 26 miles on my first ride, and I actually really enjoyed it.
That's good, that, really, for your first ride. I wouldn't be able to sit down.
Yeah. But the key take home from that was I got off the bike back to the house and I was walking like so much better immediately. I'd spent the entire week hobbling around, struggling to even walk around. So just instantaneously I felt an improvement from just getting out on the bike. So yeah, since then I have cycled. How many days would it be? I think it would be 9 days. Yeah, 9 days. So I've cycled 8 days out of 9, with my longest ride being 32 miles and my shortest ride being just 11 miles. So yeah, I'm trying to get out every day. I did have 1 day off on Saturday, and that's because on Friday I got back from my ride and it started to get really sore again after making lots of good initial progress. I think the issue was that I was going on a couple of hills. I've been trying to keep my rides flat, and then I managed to encounter a couple of hills on my ride, and was probably going into that position when I was off the saddle, pushing down on the pedals. I was probably putting it in that position, which aggravates it.
I mean, injuries are not it's not linear, is it? It's like you sort of take a few steps forward, then it goes back, and it can be like that sometimes.
That's exactly what it's felt like. So I felt I'd made a real breakthrough, getting on the bike, it immediately feeling better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've identified that it is when I go into that position where the leg's gone from being a bit bent to being completely straight. That's when it really gets angry with me. So I think at the moment, like, I've got to follow the physio's advice that, you know, as a general rule, cycling should be good for it, keeping it mobile. But I think I just have to be careful what positions I put it into.
Yeah.
So try and avoid hills as much as possible. But obviously, the nature of going out on the roads and a little bit of sort of nice trails, like I've done a bit of Daisy Nook and that type of thing. None of these routes are 100% flat. You're always gonna, unless you go on a static bike indoors on a turbo trainer.
Yeah.
Which I don't have. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep it as flat as possible.
Get Ryan Whirlands off him.
So in terms of running, not much of an update from me, but I have to say I've actually, having not been on the bike for 9 years, I have actually really enjoyed it, more than I thought I would. I thought, you know, when I first went out, it's going to feel like a bit of a chore. But actually I've really enjoyed it, and the beauty with cycling is you can actually go and go a long way out, a lot further out than you normally can. So you know, my longest ride, you know, I cycled all the way to Dunham Massey. You know, I was heading out towards the Trafford 10k course down the Transpennine Trail, and I thought, this is really nice, this. The downside is I'm experiencing all the bad things cyclists experience, because unless you're on cycle paths like the Fallowfield Loop or, you know, trails where it's traffic free, you're dealing with idiots on the road, and
I thought you were going to say your saddle sore, Dave.
I'm getting used to that now. First few days weren't so good, but I was asked the other day by someone I run with normally if when I get back running, that's if I get back running, but if I get back running, would I consider keeping the cycling going and maybe dropping my running volume a bit? And I think it's definitely food for thought, because you know, I feel like I'm getting quite a bit of benefit from going out on the bike. It's definitely food for thought that I could perhaps replace some of those easy runs with some rides and maybe just reduce that overall training load.
I know we were talking before when we were getting the drinks in about a couple of local athletes that mix in cycling, but you think about Alex Yee, he's probably the lowest volume runner to run that time ever. Yeah. And he's done that through building a massive engine through the other disciplines, hasn't he? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Nigel Martin, who's returned from a long-term injury. Yeah. He's running pretty much as well as ever, really, having come back and integrate cycling into his own running. We had Sarah Brown on recently who mentioned that she did a marathon off almost exclusively cycling, and said she couldn't believe how good she felt. So I think there's an argument for keeping it in there.
I don't know if anyone follows the Messy Happy YouTube channel.
No.
There's a guy called Ben off that channel. He's just run sub 3 in, God, what was it? Was it Tokyo? I think it was Tokyo. And he did 16 miles a week average running. The rest of us on the bike because of calf injury problems.
Interesting. I know you said you'd had a good year once when you'd done a summer of cycling.
Yeah, that was Chicago. Yeah. So I had a couple of long distance biking events that summer to do, so I had quite a short block then running into Chicago, and still maintain, even though it's not my quickest time, it was my best executed race ever, Chicago. So it just got quicker and quicker.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, I think if I was going to keep it going, I'd have to invest in a better bike, because mine's just a run around, you know, it's not built for going quickly on. Over to you, Katie.
So I've done 2 more big weeks since we last recorded, around 60 miles, usual mix of long, speed, hills, bit of everything. So last weekend I did a long, steady 20 miles because the previous 2 weekends I'd done half marathons, so a half at marathon pace, and then the week before my half marathon PB. So I was conscious I'd done quite a bit of effort, so I just did 20 long, steady miles last weekend. And this Saturday, obviously, did the inter-counties that we've already touched on. I found it really hard. As I said, got boxed in at the start. Everyone was bumping into each other. It was really fierce. Felt like one step out of line and there would have been a massive pile on.
You wasn't late, Katie?
Pardon?
You wasn't late, was you?
No, I wasn't late for that. I was on time.
She was late to the 5K, she didn't turn up.
Yeah. But yes, you had no choice but to go out hard. I just felt, it was just one of those races where I felt like I couldn't really get going. I felt really flat and my calves were screaming at me because it was really quite dry. There was the odd boggy patch, but generally it was quite dry. So I didn't feel that I'd done that well, but when I finished, I looked at my Strava from last year and I was over a minute quicker on the same course than I was last year. So I suppose that's why it's felt hard, because I ran harder. But yeah, it's just nice to wear the vest, and like I say, to watch those races, the calibre of runners is just unreal. But it did really take it out of my legs. Dave, you'll know that post cross country feeling when you've run hard, my calves the next morning, and I thought I need to do a long run. So I just opted for time on my feet and went out and did 22 miles at a steady pace rather than doing something with effort, which I would normally have preferred to have done yesterday. But yeah, so I just opted for time on feet, 22 miles. It was all right, just nothing fancy, just let the miles tick over. And I've just used those long runs in the last 2 weeks to really practice my fueling. So having my breakfast 2 hours before, then a gel every 4 miles, and been carrying electrolytes as well. So that's been working well. But then yesterday I had it hit me for the first time, in marathon training where you just feel so tired. Literally, I just felt so tired, and I had loads to do because I'd been out all day on Saturday, and then my long run. I'd not washed Tilla's uniform for school, I'd just done nothing. The house was upside down. I'd dead busy at work and loads of stuff to do, and I just felt dead tired. So I think that's a sign that this week, I think I'll just have a bit of an easier week, and then get back on it for next week is Wilmslow half, so I'll be doing Wilmslow. So I think I'm just going to have a bit of an easier week this week, and then pick it up again for Wilmslow, a few more hard weeks, and then we're there, aren't we?
What are you doing at Wilmslow? Are you going out? Or?
I don't know. What my plan was to do Media City at marathon pace. Obviously, I wasn't doing Stockport half, and then to race Wilmslow. But now I've messed that up because I raced, which is what I always do, I never stick to a plan. I raced Media City, so now I feel like I need to hold on to that. I don't feel like I can do that again.
It's getting a bit close to you for Manchester, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wilmslow.
Yeah.
I'd probably marathon pace.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And that's because I raced Media City unexpectedly and got that really, a really good PB for me. So I feel like I just want to hold on to that as well.
Yeah.
I think I put too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, I think that's fine, though. I think you can do that far out.
Yeah.
But I think getting to that, what will you be like? Less than 4 weeks.
Or before.
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Oh, but yeah.
I think it's a bit close, personally.
But it's an England qualifier, Wilmslow. That's why I initially put into it. But I think I just have to. I can't do everything, can you? So.
Yeah. What's the qualifying time for the ladies?
It's 1:34 for me.
What's your PB?
1:25. Oh, 1:25:40, I think. Did I Media City?
Depends what your marathon pace is going to be. Doesn't it?
And it all depends for the England qualifier. It all just depends who turns up on the day. And
yeah, it's true.
I mean, you could have a little play around with, if you're thinking about being ambitious in the marathon, have a play around with that pace. It's the last chance to do it, really.
Yeah, I'm not sure I am thinking of being ambitious at the marathon because it scares me.
Yeah, but that's what
we've spoke about.
I know,
you
but
don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah. You really don't.
Well, it's more because I feel like my body just never plays like it needs to in a marathon. I
think you'll get more out of doing that in Wilmslow than you would racing it.
Yeah.
You've got a PB now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like I've done that and I've achieved that for now.
Because, I mean, if you run hard and don't run as fast as you did there...
Yeah, exactly.
Apart from beating yourself up a bit.
Yeah, that's how I feel it'd probably go. So, but yeah. So definitely I think a bit of an easier week, though, because like I say, yesterday it really hit me, where I think I've done about 6 weeks consistent, 60 miles, which is a lot for me. Yeah. I know it's not a lot for everybody, but, when you just get to that point where, I wasn't really doing anything yesterday afternoon, I'd done my run early, but everything just felt like an effort. The day just passed and I didn't really do anything. I just felt tired, but that's normal, isn't it? So, yeah. Refresh this week and back on it. What about you, Sean?
So we're just trying to work out how the hell I'm up to. So I'll start the week leading into Trafford. So we recorded on the Monday, didn't we? That was the week of Trafford. And I did... so Tuesday was quite a heavy day, so we did 4 by 6 minutes in the morning, off 1 minute. That was on the treadmill. Then in the evening I did the Salford session. We did a pyramid session with 6 minutes threshold either side of it. So it's timed 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, then back down 2 minute, 1 minute. Do you know what? It felt good. And I was thinking, you know what I mean? I've played it cool here, saying I want mid 34, so I'm going to rip that up at weekend. Surprise everybody. Well, I did surprise everybody, including myself. Then I just easy ran for the rest of the week. I mean, I had quite a lot of travel that week. I was running in Bristol and all over the place. And then got to Trafford. I felt all right on race day. There's nothing... I felt actually quite confident, you know what I mean? Because I've done that race twice before. I've had 2 good runs there. Bit like Antrim last year, I felt. And just that first 2 miles I took quite conservatively, and I'm glad I did because I just got slower after that. So I went out at like 5:25 pace thinking, pick it up. Having previously gone out around 5:15s at Trafford, but held it near enough and went out slow and got slower. And then I just got...
Should we? It's just the delivery.
Oh, no.
And it was just so hard. It was just so hard. And I don't know what's going on with my physiology because my heart rate wasn't that high. I seem to be struggling to get it where it needs to be in knowing a 10k. It was kind of just in like a tempo area for me. And then I was coming into the last maybe 400 metres. Russ Astley-Coast catches me up with a flag on him, pacing 35 minutes. And I just thought, oh man. So I managed to find something just to push on, go inside 35, which, yeah, to be honest, the way I felt in the race, I was happy with that time compared to how I felt, but I wasn't happy with the time. I wanted quicker than that. So I was quite disappointed with that. And then we just went, I kept it pretty easy that week. I keep saying we because someone gives me my training and I do it. I had a lot of travelling around with work again that week. Didn't do a session until the Friday. But it went really well again. 2 by 9 minutes, 3 by 6 minutes, 4 by 3 minutes. Pretty consistent as well. So it's gone well since then, and I had a good experience at pacing the race at weekend. Apart from the look of, not anger, disappointment, I would say it was, from Callum when I didn't collect my chip at registration.
This was with 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go, and he says
you'll
have
enough time to go and get my chip. No, you haven't.
Not with a 34.59, you haven't. No. You're gonna have to get in and start and run without it. So yeah, I just didn't even think that I needed one, to be honest with you. But it was good anyway. It's really good to be part of that. And I had a good run then with Mark Collier and Mark Matthews yesterday. So we did 22.2 miles at 6:46 pace. Mark Matthews did the thing he always does where he says, I'm not going to pick it up, I'll stick with you lads today. And then sort of like 6 miles out starts dropping 6 minute miles. And you're like looking at your watch thinking, am I blowing up again here or something? And it just disappears into the distance. So I've actually got another race this weekend. Got a Cheshire Half Marathon coming up. So tomorrow's another double threshold day, and then it's easy again for the rest of the week. But I'm not sure at all what to do. And I'm just advising you what to do, Katie. There, I have not got a clue how to approach this race.
I
do want to race it, but what is my race pace now? Because it certainly isn't what I thought it was. I can't. If I set off at 75 minute pace next weekend, well, I won't be here for the next podcast because I'll still be in Cheshire somewhere. So I need to sharpen my pencil on what I think's achievable next week.
Maybe go off your 10k time and try and work from that. And then
I think probably
let's say it comes out at 1:18.
Yeah.
And you go out and run the 1:18 and you feel comfortable at that. It's always a positive to take out rather than overshooting this far into the block.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll have to have a think about it and have a look at the numbers and see what we're to do. But I think...
Who's that with, that?
Hey?
Who's that with?
It's run through. It's a new race. I've not done it before. It's only 7 weeks to go to London as well yesterday, so it's getting crunch time now.
I think like, as long as you're on an upward trajectory, that's the important thing. Cause
well, I'm not.
It's too early to say that.
Yeah.
The early part of a marathon build-up, there's always going to be an element of fatigue as you're getting used to the training load.
Yeah.
So I think you are on the right trajectory, personally. I've done marathon build-ups where I've been at exactly the place you are right now, and I've done marathons. Yeah. So yeah, I really wouldn't worry about it too much, Sean. I think you're fine.
Listen to Coach Dave.
Listen to.
He is the man.
I've done a marathon or two.
He has done. You've not done bad, have you? That distance.
Okay.
Missed out. I've won a marathon or two.
Once upon a time. Okay. Right. So we're now going to speak to one of our new ambassadors, Leo Loughran of Belle Vue Racers. Welcome, Leo.
Welcome, mate.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had Cara and James on recently, and we're now joined by Leo. So firstly, can you tell us about yourself in relation to your running journey? So when did you start running and why?
Oh God, I started running about 30 odd years ago. Left the forces and then I needed something to keep myself busy with. So I decided running was the next best thing because I'd always been tabbing in hills, and so I thought I'd give it a go. And wasn't really bothered. I wasn't competing or anything like that. Just enjoyed running. Yeah. I think 2018 started like picking things up a bit. Started thinking, oh, I can do this. I can, and then it started gradually building up. And
did you do anything else other than running, or
just run?
Just running, yeah.
Like Forrest, just run. No, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy running.
Was that 30 years of continuous running? Have you had time off in that time?
I had time off, yeah. I had time off. I had a couple of years off, and then back on it again, really. But I don't really fit any gym work in. I don't do any strength training, nothing like that. I just run.
Okay.
Just run.
So you've already told us when you started and why, but where are you up to with your running journey now? What's next for you?
Oh well, hopefully April. I've not said anything yet, but usually the first to find out. April, is it Good Friday? April the 3rd, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm looking to emulate what I've done in 2023, which was 50 miles, Manchester Liverpool. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking to emulate that again. So that was done at 7-minute mile for the full 50 miles.
I remember looking at the old race there. You went out hot that
so
day,
this time around, I'm not training that way. I'm training just to be lower heart rate and keep it consistent all the way through.
Yeah,
so
big.
I'm trying to emulate it again. That's my best big thing. And I've got Pennine Barrier in May, which is over in Malham, which is
how far is that one?
50 miles.
50 miles.
Over 10,000 foot of elevation, I think.
Wow.
Roughly. So, and obviously Tour of Tameside, biggest one. Which I love.
So, would you consider yourself predominantly an ultra runner and someone who prefers those longer distances?
I prefer the distance.
Yeah.
I get better at distance. I get better as I go on.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at. I like to push. I don't like it. It hurts. 5 and 10 hurts. I just prefer to be going on more. I find I've got the engine to keep going.
I think that's where your strength is when you look at your results, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've had some good results in that distance.
It's not even like an ego thing or anything. I just love running. I love the aspect of just being able to just be out. It's a blessing. You get older. It's a blessing. It's more of a blessing. You get older. You realise that what I'm doing is a luxury. We all take it for granted. A lot of us take it for granted.
Yeah, you do. I mean, talking about injuries, aren't we? Once you can't run, you realise, don't you?
Is it playback time as well? Do you think, oh God, if only? But
yeah. I mean, you certainly know Mug over those short distances. I've seen races where you've finished on the podium, races you've even won. So you certainly know Mug over those shorter distances. Okay, so what might our listeners like to know about you outside of running? What else?
I'm a family man.
Interesting,
so I've got 5 kids. I work part-time, full-time as a driver for kids with disabilities. I tend to put my gear in the van, so I try and fit around running as well as working at the same time, as well as fitting my family. So basically running just comes as I go on for the day. That's it really. I don't really have much to say really. I just a family man. I'm just fit and running in between everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, and you run for Belle Vue Racers.
Belle Vue Runners, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also part of GB Ultras as well.
Okay.
We're their sponsored athletes, but I shouldn't be. 2019, 20, and 21, I was decent form, but I've hit stumbling blocks since then. I am pulling it back a bit now. You know, my mileage has been up there since January. I made a commitment to be trying to do 100 miles every single week. I've been emulating that as I've been going on.
Yeah. You suffered with injury last year, didn't you?
Constant injuries, yeah. Calves, a bit like yourself, Dave.
Yeah.
As you get older, you can't recover very well. It's hard.
No, it does take longer, unfortunately.
I do think, though, I know you're speaking before about consistency. I hear you saying something, but that consistency does work, you know, over everything else. But you've got to be at it every day.
Yeah.
And Mark Colley's one of the, he's constant.
I mean, he's trained through some injuries, but you know he's managed to come out the other side.
He's got a right streak going on. So.
He has. Yeah.
It
is 3,000?
7,000.
Is it 7?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know it's talking about me this, but can I just mention something? Ashley Buckley.
Yeah.
He stood on that Trafford 10k for his first race in a long time.
Yeah.
And he emulated that. He done well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Done
Yeah.
I think he had a whole year off running injured.
Yeah. Amazing.
So that was really good.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Leo, can I just ask you, kids as well? They run with you, don't they?
My daughter Portia,
Yeah.
But she's stopped for a little while.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, I can't force her to do anything she wants to do. So she's into all sorts.
Is she?
YouTube, dancing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen you out.
Yeah, she comes out every now and then on a canal. It's straight, it's flat. She won't want to do anything else. Because I always say 5 miles. It's never 5 miles. It's more than that. She doesn't like it.
So just touching again on your love of ultras. Obviously, you mentioned already you ran in our 5k on Saturday. It's quite obviously a contrast to the ultra.
Different ball game.
Yeah. How did you find that compared to those longer distances?
Well, you need it, don't you? Your training. Unfortunately, you can't just run out doing tempo runs or zone 2 runs. You need to go and do at least 1 or 2 speed sessions a week just to keep yourself in that shape. You know, because everyone can run. Everyone's got it in them. It's just speed's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
We didn't mention it earlier. What time did you run on Saturday?
17 with Tom Martin the same. And he got the same as me.
Yeah, which is an unbelievable time for someone who's predominantly an ultra.
Coming down though, because it was 20 minutes in January. It was gone from 20 to 19 to 18 to 17, so it's dropping.
Because you've been doing Alexandra Park, haven't you, quite a lot, and been seeing the pictures we see in Mark there as well, and it's good. It's good seeing that progression in it, and then seeing something on the stage essentially at Tameside 5k. There's nowhere to hide, is there? Because everyone can see you.
Well, they're all out there, aren't you? You get like most of the people you know in the northwest, the fast people. You know, you can not that you compete with them, but it does push it on, doesn't it? You know, and it's free, of course, as well. So.
Yeah. And I know it's not your focus, but where does that put you in regards to your all-time 5k PB, or was that a
16:46 at Ellesmere Port? I think I got.
Really
that
close
was,
now.
Yeah, that was my fastest ever. But I'd love to get 16:30. That would be my ideal time. I think
Was your focus different then? Were you focusing more on the shorter stuff then?
I just seemed to get faster, and I thought, oh, this is great. I got into it. The speed sessions that more. I took my focus away from endurance, running to speed more. I think I joined Salford at the time. They whipped me a bit, so I was out with the boys and that, and sort of. But they were, it's not me. Like it's not me. I'm more of a sit back sort of runner. I'd like to. I don't know. I don't like to be challenged too much. I like it to be challenged for myself. You know, like my own challenges. Yeah. But Salford's a great club. I love Salford, and maybe one day I may join back. But at this moment in time, I'm happy where I am. It's Belle Vue, and Belle Vue's been there since day one. So. Yeah.
So of course we have to ask this next question. Why did you want to join the Local Runners podcast team?
Fantastic, great team. I think I know majority of you now, East Cheshire people and Salford and everybody else, and it's just a great group of people. And I also give back to the community as well, because I run with Debdale every Sunday, Birchfield every Sunday as well. They do like a local 5k run there as well. And also out on a t-shirt as well. It's great because they ask, who's you run for? As I was at a running club, it's a podcast, and it's nice to tell them about it.
It's eye-catching, isn't it?
It is eye-catching,
It stands out.
So I'm not just a runner, you see. I like to give back. I've done my running. Like I always tell myself that, and I like to give back. And you probably see me in the community. I'm always asking people, do you want to come for a run? Because I'm trying to give back a bit to what I've had. You know, I think it's important. I've always said that. You know, when you got to the top, it's nice to reach down and give the hand. You know, I've always said that.
Mentioned that when we were talking before you came. We were saying about in races there'll be a lot of times when I see you in races and you'll actually be running alongside somebody actually trying to help them and pull them along. You did it with me in Dutsford when I was really struggling. Yeah, so it is, and sometimes people can go one of either ways.
Yeah, I get that.
Him, but as long as people are there to actually help during races, it's really good to see.
Yeah. Okay. So we're now going to ask our Desert Island run question.
I did do something crazy though back in 2019. So I'll be quick.
Hold that thought, Dave.
So I'll be quick. So when my wife was battling with cancer, I was in a crazy mindset. So this is where the runs peaked. This is when it went from doing a crazy 50-miler and winning it outright, and the week later going and do a marathon at 2 hours and 40 minutes because the mind wasn't focused. So back in 2019 to start again, I got a treadmill, I got a hole, and there was a thing going on with GB Ultras saying if you can do 215 miles in 53 hours, Rick will give you loads of goodies and stuff. So I entered it and I ran 53 hours and 33 seconds on the treadmill.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
It's all, and that was through a company called Swift Running.
Yeah.
So it's all heart monitored. It was all there. So if all the stats are there to show, it wasn't just like getting a treadmill, get off it. I was just constantly running it. 53 hours, because my mind was in a bad place. But I couldn't do it now.
Wow.
But, so your mind's stronger.
Exactly.
Did you eat take it?
Well, the kids were giving me food as I was running the treadmill, and the paces wasn't shabby. It was like 8-9 minute miling.
Yeah.
I was off 10-minute miling, and then,
Wow.
Yeah.
Some going.
That is some,
Rixo Recovery. I don't know if you know what they are. Rixo Recovery, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not start like hallucinating and stuff?
Yeah, it was bad. Afterwards, it took me 3 weeks to recover.
Yeah.
A long time. I said I'll never do it again.
No. I'm surprised. I'm surprised if you ever got on a treadmill again after doing that.
You do a lot of treadmill running, though, don't you?
But I find I don't know if you, Sean, I know you do a lot, but it messes with my gait a little bit. I know it sounds silly, but as soon as I've done a strong session on the treadmill, I'll come off to outdoors. I see it messes around with me, so start getting little twinges and stuff.
For me, it's just a balance. If I was to do all my running on a treadmill, I'd end up with sore calves because I put the incline on very slightly up just to give you that resistance. So if I'm on the treadmill a lot, I get tight calves. So it's I just mix it in. Yeah. I like doing sessions on the treadmill. So because you can control the intensity.
Just lock into a pace, don't you?
Yeah.
People say it's easy, but it's not. It's hard.
No,
yeah, it's hard.
You sweat buckets as well.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so I was just asking about the Desert Island run. I don't know if you've seen this feature before, but we asked you to choose your dream run location, distance, and a person to run with.
Western States.
Western States. Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that one of the big ultra events?
Yeah, probably Rob Britton.
Yeah, we're Rob Britton. Yeah, I know Robbie really well.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd like to be at. I'd like to run at.
Nice. Yeah. I'm guessing that's because, I know Robbie personally, and he's just a mine of information on ultra running.
Yeah.
You pick his brains about anything from fueling to the training itself, and he's just, he's like an expert, isn't he?
Future guest there.
Yeah. I was literally just about to put on a chat then.
I actually met him in the running show. I had a good chat with him for ages. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. Okay, so now we've got our quick fire round. So cross country, yes or no?
No.
Yeah, you don't do it, no?
I do it.
Yeah.
I just try and avoid it.
Yeah.
But the answer's no.
Park run, is it a race or not a race?
Definitely a race.
Okay, and would you wear carbons for park run?
100%.
Yeah. Do you run in any weather or head to the treadmill?
Any weather.
Yeah. Stretching or no stretching?
No stretching.
Gym work on Strava, yes or no?
No way.
No. Post-run beer or a post-run protein shake?
Protein shake.
Yeah. Stop your watch or not when you stop during a run?
No, don't stop it.
No. Track races or no track races?
Yeah, track races, yeah.
Yeah. And finally, ice baths and saunas?
I don't do any of them.
No, don't do either. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on and
thank
joining
you
us.
for having me.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah,
thank you.
welcome, mate.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Next episode is an interview with a Hyde community runner who has PBs for 5k of 23:39, 10k 48:39, half marathon 1:48:18 and the marathon at 4:23:49. We'll be speaking to Steve Daniels.